Okay. So we're going to look at the 1-3 work together to start. So what I'm displaying is from page 22 in your textbook. If you have your textbook with you, you want to look at that. The directions say, write the answers to the following problem in the working papers. Your instructor will guide you through the following example. Place a plus sign in the appropriate column if the account is increased. Place a minus sign in the appropriate column if the account is decreased. And we have 5 transactions, so each row is going to have this for each one of the 5 transactions. You only need to put something in the column if something happens there. So received cash from sales. Wants to answer where the pluses and or minuses go. Gavin? So plus in cash is correct, but there's no minus in supplies. Adriana? The other plus should be an owner's equity. So remember, sales are going to increase equity and expenses decrease equity. You're putting a plus sign in the columns that increase and a minus in the columns that decrease. And nothing if it just stays the same. So in the first row, I would have a plus in cash and a plus in the capital. Okay. Number 2, sold services on account to Harmon Company. Who wants to Ben?
Plus a Harmon Company.
Correct. Three says paid cash for cell phone bill. Ashton.
Minus cash.
Yes, correct. So minus in cash, minus in equity. Again, a phone bill is an expense. It's not you're not acquiring supplies for that. That's just money out the window. So it just reduces cash and equity. Received cash on account from Harmon Company. Marcelino. Good. Cash goes up, so plus in cash and a minus in accounts receivable, Harmon Company. Again, we're just transferring some equity from one column to another column, right? The overall equity remain the same. And then 5, owner withdrew equity in the form of cash. Cameron. Minus in cash and minus in equity is correct. Very good. Any questions from you guys on that so far? Oh boy. Oh boise. This thing. Okay, let's go to the, I went way too far. Let's go to the on your own page. Morning, Tommy. Oh, come on now. All right, so the directions on the On Your Own 1.3, again, I'm reading from page 22 in my text. So if you want to follow along from that, or I can read them here. So it's write the answers to the following problem, the working papers. This is done independently. Place a plus sign in the appropriate column if the account is increased, and plus a minus sign in the appropriate column if the account is decreased. Let me scroll that up so it's a little easier for you guys to see. Sold services on account to Bethany Center. Received cash from sales. Received cash on account from Bethany Center. Owner withdrew equity in the form of cash. Paid cash for rent. So just kind of read off the board, fill those in. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to walk by and pass back some papers of yours that I still have. Kaylin M. And again, you try this on your own. We'll go through it in a minute. Jack. Doors. Yes. James. Caitlin S. Adriana. JJ. Jackson. Adriana. James. Jackson. First picture. Yes, one more. Yeah. Sam. Yes. All right, you guys walking around, it seems like that's probably enough time to complete this. Volunteer, who wants to tell us what we did for number one? Joe.
Plus on accounts with Bethany Center, and then a plus in the owners equity.
Yes, so plus in accounts receivable, plus in capital. Number two, do we have a volunteer there? Yeah, Kaylin. Plus in cash and plus in capital, correct. Good job. Number three. Yeah, Adriana.
I said plus in cash and minus in accounts.
Yes, good. Plus in cash and minus in accounts receivable. Very good. Four. Gavin.
Minus in cash and minus in capital.
Correct. Good job. And number five. Tomasino, can you do this one?
Yeah, but minus in cash and minus in equity.
Perfect. Minus in cash and minus in equity. Okay. So far, so good. Everybody feels pretty decent, I hope. Let's look at the application problem now. That's on page 26. Okay. So it says, the problem reads, Shannon O'Brien operates a service business called Edgecliff Photography. Edgecliff Photography uses the accounts shown in the following accounting equation. Use the form in your working papers to complete this problem. For each transaction, complete the following. Transaction 1 is given as an example. Analyze the transaction to determine which accounts in the accounting equation are affected. So in the case of transaction 1, that would have been cash and capital. Part B, write the amount in the appropriate columns using a plus sign if the account increases or a minus sign if the account decreases. So we wrote minus cash and minus capital. Part C says for each transaction, or for transactions that change the owner's equity, write in a parenthesis a description of that transaction to the right of the amount. So it'll be like expense or sale, or expense, withdrawal, or revenue would be the three options of the things you'd write in a parenthesis there. Expense, withdrawal, or revenue would be the three options you could have there. And only if they happen. On this paper, they all happen. And then D, calculate a new balance for each transaction in the accounting equation. So underneath the minus 400, or underneath the next line, we started by subtracting and getting the 325, bringing the 0 down, bringing the 200 down, bringing the 300 down, 200 down, subtract the 400. Okay, so that's like them doing part C. Part D, and then says before going on to the next transaction, determine the accounting equation is still in balance. So we'll do a quick little addition. 325 plus 200 plus 300 is 825. 200 plus 625 is also 825. So we're still in balance. Everything is going great. On to the next transaction then, and repeat the process. Okay?
Where's the vocab for these different things we could write, like expense?
It's expense, withdrawal, and revenue are the three things that could happen on this sheet.
Mr. Cool, do we only write one of those one time? Like,
You could use them more than once.
Okay.
Absolutely.
If you, again,
Once per, only be once per line, right? So each line will have one transaction, so only one thing is happening.
This is
Right.
for the business, yeah.
So again, that first transaction was paid $400 cash for rent. That's already done on your sheet, right? For you. So you're looking at transaction 2, withdrew equity in the form of $150 cash. Okay, so take a few minutes, work through this. If you need, the transactions are all here on the board. If you're having a hard time reading, you also have a textbook. It's on page 26. Also, and we'll go through this sheet. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to pass out the next set of stuffs. And it's all just stapled to the massive packet.
Yeah.
That's when she's the cash from sales. Oh, Joe, we are.
Yes, sir. Page 26 is what we're looking at. It runs on to 27 though. Right? That's, the problem starts on 26 and then continues on to 27. So the transactions, I think, are all on 27. I just scrolled down to get to one.
Yeah.
Oh,
But then when it goes to minus the account, it has to be. Yeah. Wait. 6 or 7, 5, 6 years.
Yes.
2003. Okay.
Is your even
Oh, that's ours now. Or transaction one is done as an example. Makes more sense now, right? So you're starting on transaction.
Oh, I did not. Oh, we got a crossword?
Just whatever you don't finish in class.
Sorry.
What's up?
We're doing this like a lecture.
This is, you add here, you add on the chapter. Just like the example. I'm working here. Yeah.
But yeah, also.
I know, but
You want to make any mistakes.
It's my home.
That's it, minus that,
It's gotta come from, to have the accounting equation stay balanced, then you move something to the left hand side, either add something else to the left hand side, or subtract. Every transaction is gonna come with both sides are right, so
minus like that.
minusing cash on the left side. Probably have to, does that make sense? So I gave you yours, right? Yeah. Okay. You started, crowd started talking to me and got listening and I was like,
Oh, wow.
It comes out of the capital.
Capital and cash.
Capital number 7 is in the expense. Number 7 on page, yeah. That was almost cash inside of cash. Yeah, as an expense and capital. Alright. You just, yeah, you just see that. I just remember this one. Just like, there's no way you one over at the starting and be like, you guys don't have to find these. That'd be fun for one day, but what, 100%. You have to write everything next to it. That
Why do you have to put that? Is it all for new balance sitting there plus 600 cash?
yes, that's part of the direction. So that
he taught me German.
Here plus 400.
No, that's different. I'm just.
Yeah.
Tom in 2090? No, yeah.
You see the exact issues.
It's not, I got just
I
got 2000.
I have a,
Check it out.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It was weird. That's all we're gonna you only see
Service on account. You do plus 900 is like a backward.
Or it could be coming like. That's true. I can think about that. Yeah. 2490.
Yeah, I got 2090. The last one. Yeah.
And,
Is this
oh,
for those? Is that including the 400?
Oh, yeah. I did number one.
Would you guys get on the bottom row for the New Balance?
Oh. They don't do that. Yeah, I said that.
2490 for the first one, what's the second one?
That makes sense.
No, on everything on that one.
How would you get the same thing if you started with 1,000?
So that's just how it works.
Yeah, but you start with more on the cap, so you don't have. You start with 1,025, and you start with 750.
So, Joe, you have to add the supplies and insurance.
if we're doing reviews next, next class. Alright.
So Wednesday?
It's the plan.
Are we gonna like have like a problem like this or what?
So the test format is, I believe, essentially the review.
So matching, and then, yeah.
So there's like a plus, there's plus minus problems for sure. I saw in there.
There's true and false, yeah.
You know, like,
I got that. And then true and
Already equation.
yeah. No. It should be relatively doable.
Yeah.
You know, like if you, the worksheets, basically, you know, it's like the same stuff. Honestly, the hardest part is probably gonna be the vocab.
Yeah.
Today's the best.
waiting for number 3. For number 6. And then your numbers not. For the New Balance. And then the last one. Last one. The last one. Is it cool? Are you gonna share the answers of the applications problem for us?
Yeah, absolutely. Or you guys feel like you're as done as you're gonna be able to do? So let me read the bottom row, the New Balance at the very bottom row for you. And then I'll put up what my sheet looks like. So you can see how I got to there. James. Sure. You guys ready? So I'll just read from cash to capital, just straight across. 1,890, 100, 200, 300, 200, 2,290.
How did you get 100 on the wedding planners?
Transaction number 8 was that I received $300 cash from the account. So like the bill that they owed me, they paid $300 cash, so I took $300 off their debt. Yeah, let me just, I'm going to do this real quick, and that'll just make everything easier. So this is what mine, the completed version, should look like. So Joe, the way the wedding planner account goes down to 100 is just in this last transaction,
Yeah, I
right?
see it now. I just like, sometimes I gotta confuse it.
Again, the hardest part of this is reading the transaction and making sure you put the stuff in the right place.
Wait.
And I'll post this to the class page on Minority Name as one of the downloads. Or if you want to look at these things, I'll actually post the key to like all the stuff that I handed out for you guys. So if you're in the process of studying and you want to go back and like redo some of the things, would you want the blanks of these two? Would blanks of stuff to redo if you wanted to be helpful? Okay, I can post that as well then. That's no problem. Tissues. You should just bring your own box.
Yeah, you did give it back.
And like poke a little hole in it, put a rope through it, and you should carry it around your neck.
Pretty good idea.
Like the like those mountain dogs with the little bottle of brandy or whatever around their neck. Saint Bernards, that's the ball. That's the dogs. Yes. We are gonna do, yeah. So if you finished with the application stuff, you can start on any of the things that I've handed out to you. There isn't that. So those three terms, the withdrawal.
I'm doing that one.
And if it doesn't affect our application, this one doesn't.
Yeah.
So that's like, so just receiving.
You're so bad.
Right, but it's not transferring equity from like debt that somebody owes you cash on hand. That doesn't affect the amount that is worth it because it's just transferring assets. Does that make sense?
Oh my. Receiving cash. Maybe. It's cash will not.
So I don't know that I would label this as either, but I can check on that. But I would have plus 700 in cash and plus 700 in the capital, right? Unless we label it as an investment, but I would cash and revenue as an investment. That's what things that go up, but I'll check on that for you, Sam.
Can I go to that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a thing. There you go.
So Sam, they show it labeled as investment. So I suppose investment is moving money in, withdrawals, take money out, expenses paying for all things that supplies, for our assets, and then
90-degree angle on my inside.
Would we write investment on?
That's what it shows, yeah. Is that investment is like the opposite of withdrawal. So investment is only putting money in, withdrawals are taking money out. I got them up here. You didn't get one either?
No, I have one. I have a question.
Sure.
So, really confused. So for this one, I get the investment funds that I use to save
I'll
for
do-
this month. Why do you go here instead of subtracting that?
Okay. So this is, I did a job on these people,
I'm just gonna put it.
and I billed them
Because
$800. So I didn't spend any money to do that. They're gonna pay me for the salary, just to pay it later. So this debt is an asset. It's gonna affect the value of the company, because that's money that's owed to me in the future. It's still money in the company.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's the way you wanna think about it, like, that's the people owe you our assets. Right, like if you go to the bank, you wanna look at their asset sheet, all the loans they've issued are assets, because that's money that's gonna be coming in the future. Look, if you don't count it that way, banks look like they're in terrible business, right?
Okay, yeah.
So think about it like, think about it from the opposite side, it makes total sense, that's an asset, that's money that'll be coming back.
Okay. Thank you, that makes sense.
Sold.
What does that label as? For your goals. Yeah, but what is it? I've got the search.
Yeah.
Boss supplies. Wait, what is your cash for? What? I have 2,600. Start with that also. So that, it's plus every time on the account pay. Oh, this was one of them. Settled.
So the mastery problem here, I think, is a pretty fair representation of what you'd be asked to do as like the accounting question on your test. So like your test will have a vocab matching section, just like the study guide. Have a true and false section, just like a study guide. And then like one, like a big accounting question, kind of like your mastery problem. This is your test format. Does that, everybody feel okay with the format?
Yeah.
So, should be relatively straightforward in terms of preparing. You know, I just uploaded all the blank versions of the things I passed out for you guys if you want to re-practice something. By the end of the day, I'll have the answer keys for things all up there and posted. If you need to check things. So again, like, make sure that you're familiar with the vocab, right? Because that's a big chunk of the test. It's just, the vocab, do it. It's going to be the same format as on the study guide where you have a word bank to match the terms to the definitions on. But don't skimp on the preparation there. Remember, I found the Quizlet for chapter 1. I posted that to My Notre Dame if you want to run through the Quizlet to practice. So before you go today, if you can give me your chapter or your section 3 packet, so the work together on top, on your own, second, application third, stapled together, we'll just pile them in the middle of a folder before you go. The other 4 papers I gave you, the mastery, the challenge, the crossword, and the study guide, I would say just do on the test day, which shouldn't be hard considering I'll have the keys for everything eventually on My Notre Dame. I think that at minimum you should have, do them and check them, but it shouldn't be a big deal to make sure things are complete. Sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay. And remember, this class is total points, so your homework points are worth just as much as the test points, right? So I count it as 5 points per page or whatever. So we've had 100 and something points of homeworks, and the test will be 100 something points. It'll be just about equal. It's 120 something, I think. The thing tells me how to break it down, but there's 15 matching questions, or 15 true and false, or whatever. There's 27 matching questions or something, and 15 multiple choice. So that's 40 points already right there. And then the accounting question. So it adds up quick. You know what I'm saying, Karen?
Stop saying.
This is from last class. It's on the work. I didn't understand this one, so I didn't turn it in.
You're looking right at.
Can I staple it together?
Yeah. Make sure the 1, 2, and 1, 3 things are separate.
Well, you kind of have to
As long as that's all 1, 2,
on the right side, but
that's fine. So there should be 4 pages. And we'll just put another folder out, figure it out.
You can take
Thank you.
You're welcome. If anybody has other section 1 or section 2 homeworks they didn't turn in yet, either they were absent or they forgot to turn it in and they realized, oh no, I still have this stuff. Try to turn those in today for me before you go. Overall, things are going okay. Reasonable expectation on things, clear as to what you're going to have to be able to do. Okay. Very good.